Okay. Yeah. Okay. He's getting something out the back of the truck. All right.
Is this all that we have left in here?
I think, Chris, is that all we have left in there?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. We got Tony Newburn. He says, "What up?" And David Russell says, "Hey guys."
What's up, gentlemen? We're painting these poles right here. All the way to the top. We already did the top part, so.
Yep.
Does that need a little liquid in it, Chris?
Yeah, you want me to add the other paint to it?
You got it right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New guy.
So, yeah, I wouldn't put much in there, maybe like a quart. And then if you need to change the viscosity of it, just put just a capful in there.
Jeremy Olson, he said, "Go get it." That's right, man. You want something in life? Go get it. Mike Butler, he says, "What up? What's up, Mike?" Yeah.
Mr. Mike. We're looking forward to seeing Mike in a few months.
That's right.
What about doing those touch-ups with this other kind of paint?
I think is that a flat or what? How big is that touch up? Like, how big, Chad? Dimensions of it?
I'd say like total 3 feet of gutter. So
I would do a dab on it instead of stroking it. You know, with the brush, I'd just dab it and it'd probably be fine. Surprised y'all didn't see that yesterday.
yeah, I was lucky to have the light and everything. I need a better flashlight. But H2O Home Improvements, he says, "Hey guys, what in the world are y'all up to?"
Mr. Hunter. We need one of those energy drinks right now, huh?
Yeah.
We're painting. We did some parking lot striping. I'm gonna walk y'all around here in a minute. Once we get set up here, we're doing a bunch of work at this facility right here. Did the dumpster. We'll show y'all that. I don't know. It might be a little dark over there. We did that a couple days ago. Dumpster pad. Dumpster pad's how I really got this whole gig. You know, that's what got my foot in the door here. And then we want it striped and the gutters painted on the building. It's probably too dark for them to see up there now.
Yeah, I'd say so.
That was. You want to go up the opposing side or this side?
Yeah, I can get both of y'all in frame here.
Is it mixed up pretty well? And before we get some bad comments, this is a two-man ladder.
Yeah.
Or two-person ladder, shall I say. So, in the camera, Apex, can you see our start and stop point that you can show them?
If I pan up like this, yep.
Yeah, you can show them. We did the upper part with a sky lift earlier this afternoon, and it got returned to the rental place because that was expensive. So we did all the upper half of the poles, and we returned the equipment. We striped the parking lot. Now we're painting the bottom half of the poles. Yeah, so try to Apex, you afraid of heights?
Absolutely not.
This is one of the best ladders I've ever owned. When you set it up, it's just rock solid. It doesn't wiggle or nothing.
Yeah. Pretty light to carry around too, that aluminum. Jeremy Olson, he says, "If you have time for a question, how do you handle a house wash with a nice new stained deck in the splash zone? Just wet it real good and keep it wet and go easy on the mix in that area?
Yeah, keep it wet. Actually, you can put a sprinkler on it. Just let it be turning right there at least 10 minutes before, during the process, and then 10 minutes after. Because if it's hot to the touch, that SH can get on it and definitely spot it up. But pre-wetting is pretty much it.
And Faye807 says, y'all need a Milwaukee floodlight to go with that chainsaw. Yes, indeed. With that 12 amp hour battery, I'd have light all night. It's a good idea.
What do you mean? The chainsaw lights up?
No, the big battery, $200 battery goes in the chainsaw.
Oh, okay.
That can power any of the tools from their line.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
I might have to do that.
so if I get a floodlight with a 12 amp hour battery, that's going to light us up all night for sure.
Well, depending on the usage, energy draw of the light. Right?
I think it's 18 volt, if I'm not mistaken. M18, yeah. But yeah, as y'all can see, we're painting these very tall light poles. We got it painted earlier just low enough to where we could reach it from the ladder and get that expensive machine back to the rental store. But yeah, this is uncut, raw footage out in the field here. Yes, indeed.
Man, I gotta show them this right here. This is my this is a solar powered battery charger, and this is the solar panel. Is it showing up in cam? Or is it too dark?
It's tilted towards the light.
Here, come to this side right here.
Yeah.
This is what I like about it.
Oh, you can see it now, yeah.
Yeah, I put this on the dash of the truck every day. Like, we work at night mostly, so this stays on my dash while I'm sleeping. Sun shines on it. It'll charge just a 20,000 milliamp battery, and I wish I had an affiliate link or something.
Yeah.
I love these things. I understand they're waterproof too, and what I like about them, they got some weight to them. So when Apex messes up, I can smack them with it. But also it's got if I get it to come on, pretty good sized light here.
Yes, indeed. And Mike Butler, he says, what's the brand name of that ladder?
That God, I don't know.
That's a good question.
Is it only anywhere? I know Home Depot sells them, or they used to, for only a couple $100. So they might be a little more now, but it also is a 20-foot straight ladder as well. So you can change it into an A-frame, or you can unlock it and fold it all the way out. And then you can shorten it too with these notches on the side, but it's a dual person ladder. It's extremely stable, and it's strong. I mean, we've had it several years now, but it's does it have a name on it anywhere?
I don't think so. It's probably worn off.
They didn't make a, it's not Little Giant, I remember that for sure, but check in Home Depot, Mike. I think they should probably still carry them. I would think. I don't see any stamps on them anywhere.
Yeah.
We done wore it off probably.
Wow, and while we've been talking, Big Chris has already got that paint all the way down to about the top of the ladder now.
Yeah, he's rocking and rolling with it.
Yeah.
Let's look at some of these parking lines. I want to show them
Okay.
what we did out here. We just restriped this, so it's
Safe
I guess
to walk.
it's been 30 minutes. I know you drove over them over here, right?
Yeah.
Let's go look and see if we made any marks on it.
No, I don't see. Look at this one. I see like a light dust on it. Yeah.
Yeah, they look fine. 30 minutes ago, and it's pretty cold out here as well. I double coated these lines. Actually upsold the customer on putting 2 coats on it. First coat is about 7 mils. The second coat's about 3 or 4 millage, and so it gives them about 10 mils, give or take. And we let the first coat dry. That way, the second coat has a true second coat on it. Some guys stripe them a little bit too quick, and then the paint starts to blend together, and then you can have other issues like hot tire pickup, which is a bad deal. So letting that first coat dry thoroughly is imperative to putting that second coat on. So, oh, you know what, Apex? I forgot to mention, if anybody's looking for that all-pro striping course, go to BillyDavidsonVIP.com. There's a promotional code on it right now, which saves $300, if I'm not mistaken, Apex.
That's correct.
So the promotional code is Billy499, is what they tell me. Enter that up on checkout, Billy499, no spaces, and it reduces the price to under $500. It's an 8-hour course with some sample contracts in it as well. Let's look at this over here. Oh, let's go look at our directional. This one.
Yeah, we got one out by the end there. And somebody in the comments said that's a Werner ladder.
That's it. It sure is a Warner ladder. It's hopefully they still make them because they're amazing.
Yeah.
I think you could pull the engine out with that thing. It's heavy duty stuff.
Yeah, and those double hinges, those really help.
This is one that we painted. I guess it's only been about 30 minutes ago as well.
And I'll tell you what, while we're here, I can go ahead and take the tape up off of that, huh?
Sure.
Yeah.
Want me to? You want to do it like a close up on it?
Yeah, I'll do a POV. So we like to leave a little tag on the end of the tape. That way it's easier to pull it all up.
Like a Coke can.
Yep. And if you're good, you can get it all in one pull.
Now I'm gonna show you a little trick that I've learned.
All right.
As well. So you go around pulling tape up off of directional arrows, and you don't want to have that in your pocket because the backside of that tape can be wet. So we got a little bowl we stick it in right here.
Oh, what? That's awesome.
What I'm talking about. And that'll hold a lot of trash. And also what I like to do anytime I'm striping in a parking lot, speaking of trash, I pick up any loose trash in the parking lot after I stripe it. Even though it's not mine, it just, when they show up here in the morning, it just makes everything look even a little bit better, you know? So they paid thousands of dollars to get this striped, and I figure we walk around and pick up the trash. We don't go crazy with it, but there's some paper cups and, you know, you've seen it all.
Oh, yeah. And we've got 20 people watching. We've got 8 likes. We really appreciate those likes, guys. That helps the algorithm, helps get this video out to more people and help more people.
Yeah, definitely. If anybody, we mentioned about the promotional code on the striping course once we get to the front, in case someone missed what we said.
Yep. There's our striping machine there. That bad boy got this knocked out in a short amount of time.
It took us, I think, about an hour to stripe all of this. So, makes quick work, obviously, having the right equipment, but you can also do this without a machine if you had to.
Yeah.
So we'll go up here and let's go up here by the highway and get those directional arrows taped off.
All right. And yeah, being by the highway, guys, we are wearing our reflective jackets. If you shine any light on these jackets whatsoever, you can, those, yep. Those gray strips there will glow a brilliant, dazzling, like white silver color. See, like that. Yeah. And that makes it a lot safer when you're working next to the road at night. Especially around guys like that speeding around.
He don't want my Tesla. He don't want to have nothing to do with my Tesla. The other day, me and Chris was downtown. They had this Porsche. This is an older one. I would say not too old, maybe like 2015. I'm not exactly sure what year it was. This is a young guy driving, probably his dad's car or whatever. You know, who knows? But anyway, he put his finger up to Chris, and Chris shook his head. And he was mouthing, "Oh, were you scared? You scared?" And Chris said, Chris was driving, so. And Big Chris is an expert behind the wheel, guys. There's a lot of things about Big Chris. We call him Big Chris for a reason. But he said, "Nah, bro, I don't want to race." I put down my window. The guy said, "You want some of this?" Chris said, "Nah, I don't want any." And I said, "Chris, he's talking smack now." I said, "We got to show him." So light turned green, and within a second or two, he was about 40 feet behind us. And he was giving the car all he had. You could tell he was losing traction and all that stuff. But what the guy did, he's gonna prove the point. We we done slowed down. I'm like 60 miles an hour, I'm done. Back off. And I know the sense going faster than that. He kept on going. He had a full throttle for a mile down the road.
Man.
It was too late though, he lost. So, but
Yeah. And got another comment here. He says, Billy has a whole page, exclamation mark. What's the page? So guys.
It's BillyDavidsonVIP.com.
Yep.
Is that what he's wanting to know?
For sure.
Okay.
All right, we got one here. Let's go ahead and pull this tape up. All right. And we've got plenty of time out here. We're working at a good pace.
It feels awesome out here tonight. It's just a nice chilly night, low humidity.
Yes, indeed. All right.
The reason why we did this, guys, is these arrows are different. There's about 3 different arrows out here. The styles, well, they call it the stroke. So instead of us bringing all the stencils out, we just take them off.
Yeah, this makes it a lot easier.
Right here, here's another one.
Yep. And like I said, guys, if you ever tape them, leave that little tip of tape up, or else you'll be trying to fingernail it off of the concrete. Helps things. All right. And this is well and dry, so I don't have to worry about if the tape hits the concrete.
The tape's pretty dry too.
Yeah, it's dry.
That's awesome, yeah. It looks beautiful. Then we got 2 more down here.
Yep.
Right? Yep.
And we got that section of curb there. Check that out. I don't see that on every job.
Well, the reason why I did this is they keep this is the entrance, and you would think without that being painted, they could still see it, but cars are crossing over this and breaking their curbs. So we put this here, and we've done this parking lot quite a few times, but this prevents them from striking it. So
Yeah.
and then you can imagine a small car, even though it's the driver's fault, it still damaged the heck out of the car. You know, you can imagine hitting that 15 miles an hour if you're not expecting it. That's a big hit.
Yeah.
So highlighting those curbs are really important, and that's what I was telling guys. You know, some of these upsells on these parking lot striping jobs, like double coating the lines, it ends up being an extremely significant income. Just those upsells monthly.
Yes, indeed.
This one's good.
All right. Let's get that. All righty.
So if you want to tell them about the promotional code, you can, Jacob.
Okay, guys. So if y'all want to get a significant discount, I believe it's a $300 discount. Definitely go to BillyDavidsonVIP.com and enter the code for Billy. That's BILLY 499.
And that's for the all-pro striping course.
Yeah, if you guys want to learn how to do what we're doing here tonight and make a lot of money and not break your back doing it, and pretty much take the fast track to, like, the shortcut to you know, basically it's all this knowledge, it's all this stuff that would take years to figure out on your own. Okay, you can take this course and study up on it and be prepared at your next job, and it'll save you time and make you money.
Yeah, we teach you how to price it as well.
That's right.
These 2 arrows right there is lunch money all week long.
Yeah,
You know how to price it correctly, you know?
exactly.
So we just leave those cones there and
I'm looking at these lines are looking good.
double coated.
Yes, indeed.
We still got our ADA to do in a little bit.
Yep.
Let's go check on Big Chris. And, how many people? We got any questions? How many people we got in there?
Oh, dude, we got 28 people with 18 likes. That's awesome, guys. We appreciate the support. We have all kinds of comments, man. I don't even know where to start, but I'll pick one. Okay. So,
because I want to talk about these oil spots here in a second. But we'll go ahead and do a couple comments or questions, and then
all right. Did y'all talk to the coach about a big bid on Tiger Stadium?
we can't talk about that here live. But yeah, if you're local and you want to find out more about it, give me a ring. But yeah, we got some stuff going on with Tiger, for sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So let's go look at this over here while there's no one through it.
Yeah, that bad one.
These are several things, guys, that have to be taken care of at a bank or at a bank office. So, whenever you have a bank like this, we got 3 drive-up bays. Obviously, you have the ATM here on the wall. You can show them that, and you have the window. So this bay is going to be used 10 times more than the other 2 bays, just because this is more businesses comes through here after hours. You know, just a while ago you seen the car come through. So these Bollard poles need to be in place for several reasons. It keeps them from hitting it. Come look at this. It gives them a guideline, and they've already been hitting them. So imagine if this was that old brown color piping, these things would get struck often. Matter of fact, on this side right here, you can see this pole's been hit several times, and it even broke the concrete.
Yeah, look at that.
So this is what we fixed. We repaired this months ago. So these poles need to be painted yellow, to give people a better idea of where to drive in, and they still hit them. So imagine, that too. But also it protects the building as well. So if these poles wasn't here, they were getting struck already. You see the paint's knocked off of that one. They would be hitting the building over and over and over again. So a couple good reasons. Now another thing you can do to these as well, which is an upsell to the customer, you can come in and talk to them about painting the Bollard poles, usually which starts to open the door for the rest of the parking lot, power washing, which I'm going to show you that here in a second. But also, oftentimes we'll put a reflective strip on these poles facing outwards where the traffic meets them first, and it makes them really visible, and it looks nice too as well. So think about that when you're upselling and you're parking lot striping. So let's look at these oil spots. These oil spots, these need to be fixed, and these are getting bad. A couple things about these oil spots, guys. You can approach banks in your area about these oil spots only. You don't have to talk about anything else. Don't talk about the mildew on the building. Don't talk about the striping. Don't talk about the dumpster pad. You can just talk about these oil spots and come in and remove these for them. And then obviously that gets you kind of in the door, gets you in good with the GM and that sort of thing. Now, a couple of reasons why you want to move these oil spots. It's ugly for sure. You like the way it looks, Apex?
Nah, man.
Another thing, and we come in and remove these quite often. So these is probably getting ready for us to come back. But also this is an extreme slip hazard. So if you have an employee of the bank walking through here to service one of the machines or something, they step in this, they slip down, they can get hurt quite badly. There's an ATM right here. This thing has to be serviced often. So you have, technicians in here working and stuff. And right by these ATMs, usually within a foot or 2 from that ATM, you see where the oil spots are. Let's come look at this one over here too as well. You can see where before we was removing some of them.
Yeah, like that one. Oh, yeah.
That one's really bad. These are going to have to be done again soon. But also, not only is it a slip hazard, but they track this back in the building. So it just gets messy. But these bank drive-ins has made me hundreds of thousands of dollars by going after these and being a little bit sneaky about it, where you go in and say, hey, we would like to come clean these oil spots for X amount of dollars. But then there again, once you get that relationship with that branch manager or the property owner, in some cases, it's everything else. Like, we painted the gutters on this building, we've cleaned the roof, we've done repairs. Apex, we here what? Several times a year.
Oh, several times a year.
I mean, it's like we already live here. So the dumpster pad, we do that once a month. All that really starts to add up. And they got about 12 branches. So You start adding that up. Just that alone could replace someone's income. Just one account like that. Very easy. So imagine if you can get, 10, 12 of these branches that you kind of on rotation maintaining, and then there's a big car lot next door. You can go approach them and say, hey, I work at the bank right next door very often. So you start to spread that web out, and that's how we've stayed extremely busy for the last 27 years with almost zero advertising costs. No Google ads and all that click stuff, and we don't do none of that. We do it like this, and it seems to work better. We're not spending $10, $12, $15,000 a year in ad clicks. So just my 2 cents, but it's worth a try for sure.
And Mike Butler's talking about the striping course. He says, I'm going to take it. I took Billy's pressure washing course, and I learned a ton. Money very well spent. And let me tell you, Mike, yes, it is kind of expensive for the striping course, but you're going to make your money back so many times over with this.
Yeah, like just the ADA, you would make your money back.
Yeah.
Just one portion of a parking lot striping job, not one whole job, but just one portion of it. Come take a look at this. That's your ballistic glass. I've always liked knocking on it. You ever knocked on it? Feels like you're knocking on a tree trunk, basically.
Dude, yeah.
That's what I was
That's, you could stand on that. You could.
But
Yeah.
you gotta have it. I bet that's expensive and heavy.
Yeah.
Let's go check on Big Chris and see when he's up to.
All right.
You got
Yeah.
any comments or anything we need to?
Dude, we have so many comments.
Good questions?
Yeah, so Shannon is asking, do you need hot water for the oil?
Absolutely not. Nope. But you do need a good degreaser and the right chemicals. I can take those oil spots up with a water hose. Apex seen me do it many times. Pressure washer does help, but you can do them with a water hose. Now, obviously, when you're cleaning these oil spots, you're not telling the customer that you're removing them 100%. It's just to get that buildup off of it. The stain is probably going to be there, but to keep it, bring it back to a non-slip surface. And if not, that stuff will build up an inch thick. I mean, you have sludge. You basically get down there with a credit card and scrape it off. It gets so thick.
Yeah, you really don't want to track that back into the building. Like, that has to be eliminated. I'm sure many business owners would,
Do they have a light on there that you can turn on? I got this.
Yeah, just use that because I don't have an option here.
Let's see. Look at this dumpster.
All right.
This is Moby Clean. Let's look at the back side of it. I'll show them the difference that we made on it.
Yeah.
This is the side that we cleaned the other
Yeah, it looks like new wood.
day. Yep.
Man.
Now, the back side we didn't do because it's all back here. But is
Yeah.
that showing up in camera?
Oh, yeah, that's a very...
So come angle a little bit more. Yeah. So that's the part that we didn't clean, and this side right here is the part that we did clean.
That's night and day.
Yep. And we didn't. There's a way that you can clean this wood safely without messing it up. It's old, so it's, you're not gonna hurt it a whole lot, but you don't want to pressure wash this per se. You can soft wash it and then a power rinsing. Let's look inside the dumpster here. This dumpster pad right here, obviously, like I was saying, we clean this once a month. It looked like that, all that sludge.
Yeah, that's nasty. All right.
This sludge, I swear, it's like ice. It's so slippery. All of this was built up in this dumpster, and the employees come in here to drop trash off, and it was, you remember that Apex, how slippery it was in here? So we came in, treated all of these walls, shoveled all this stuff off, soft washed it, basically power rinsed it down. We put their stuff back in the dumpster, all the trash and stuff. This here, good snow shovel does a good trick on it. And you come in here once a month and do it. Again, they got 12 branches, so you can see where this is going. Once a month times 12. If you want to know exactly how much we charge, you have to look at our training course, but it'll pay a house. It'll pay a house, no, for sure.
Yeah.
Plus some, right? Just one
That's right.
account. One account can put you in a brand new home. So. And this is so overlooked by so many people. When I first Apex first started working with me, he didn't even know that was a thing. We was like washing all these dumpster pads. He's like, why are we even doing this? So now you see, that's definitely a bad slip hazard. You imagine someone walking out of the building carrying a couple of bags of trash, which has got some weight to it. They get this stuff right here that was all over there, and they go down hard.
Yeah.
You know, that's a workers' comp claim on the building owner. So let's go check on Big Chris real quick.
Alrighty. Looks like he's relocated back underneath that walkway.
Yeah, there was a little touch up right there.
Yeah.
We got any questions that need to answer? Any technical questions?
Let's see here. Would you use EBC cleaner for the spots?
Yeah, that's good. I like Purple Power too. Purple Power is really good. All of that needs to be agitated. Degreaser works best agitated, no matter what anyone tells you. It doesn't take much agitation, but a stiff bristle broom agitating it a little bit makes it work several times better than just spraying it on there. Make sense, Apex?
That makes a lot of sense.
So check out. Now this is something, a little touch up that needed to be done from a couple days ago that we spotted it. We painted all these gutters. They were an awful color before, like some faded rust brown color. I don't know what you call it.
Yeah, it was like a tan, kind of light brown tan.
Extremely oxidized.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, he's getting it knocked out up there.
Just dab it. You see the spots, Chris? It may not even be something y'all missed. I would just dab it just in case, but I can kind of see what he's looking at. But.
Oh, and Bodyless asked a question. He says, how did y'all spray that big radius in the ADA part up front? I think he's talking about the yellow hash grid.
Yeah, so it's just a configuration of the machine. You basically move that spray arm around where you can spray it, or either some guys elect to paint it by hand, just depending on how you want to do it. So there's a couple ways to do it. That's Mr. Jim. Mr. Jim actually has the our all-pro striping course now that he's kind of going through. I was speaking to him a little earlier. He also does a bunch of Sonics too now.
Oh, wow.
Yep. This is better than punching a clock.
Absolutely. Man, I haven't clocked in or out in several years now, and let me tell you, I'm happy.
Working 9 to 5, right?
Yeah, no, old Jim says, thank you very much.
Mr. Jim. Mr. Jim is got a medical background, so bodiless.
Yep. And David Russell, he says, what temperature did y'all stripe in tonight?
It's quite cold. I would guess it's below 40, but above 30. No, it's probably not even that cold. Maybe 45, somewhere around between 40 and 45 Fahrenheit. Apex, you want to convert that over to Celsius?
Nah, I'm good. I'm a pressure washer, not a physicist.
Hey, we can get into some quantum physics if you would like.
Yeah. So the paint has molecular bonding agents in it?
Well, everything does, right?
I don't know. You're the scientist.
Yeah. Adhesive compounds.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we've got a few other questions and everything. Mike Butler, he says, I think he's talking about our jackets or the bulletproof glass. He says, you ever been shot at in it?
Hey, man, I wish this was bulletproof. I bet they make some bulletproof jackets, I'm sure. I seen a thing years ago where they take a t-shirt, it's not a t-shirt, but it's like a polo shirt. The guy takes a 38 and pow, shoots himself with it. And he's fine. So, you know, I don't think I'd take that risk. A bulletproof shirt.
Or the bulletproof glass. Have you ever been shot behind bulletproof glass?
No, I hadn't. I wonder if Mike has been there before.
He says I have. Man.
Is it loud? It turns the glass white for sure.
Oh man, yeah, it cracks it all up. Southeast Soft Wash. Hey Cody, he says y'all working hard or theoretical physics?
We can do some theoretical physics, orbital mechanics, quantum theories. Now Apex's main go-to topic is what they call that thing that was walking on two legs you was talking about?
Oh,
The big hairy thing.
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot, yeah, Bigfoot. No, you had another name for it, Sasquatch?
Sasquatch.
You said they redid the video of it?
Oh yeah. So the Patterson footage that they took of the Sasquatch, they redid it in 4K, and like they had a professional expert look at it, and the marks where the animal was the cryptid, the creature was rubbing its hands on its leg, that had marks where the hair had worn away. So like that could only be from extreme use, and just the way its muscle structures went as it walked. It's just pretty much irrefutable at this point.
Wait a minute, so you saying Bigfoot's real?
I'm saying there's something out there, and that footage is it. They can't deny it. It's in the conversation. I'm saying he's real. I'm saying, I don't know for a fact he's real, but that footage.
Hey, what is this right here behind you?
Oh my God.
A tap on the shoulder. You look back, something's like 12 feet tall. So how big is this thing?
Oh my God, we got it confirmed here. Mike Butler said it's real footage.
Is it real? Watch it. Somebody drop a link in the comments so when I get home tonight,
Dude,
I won't
Cody.
go to sleep for 3 days.
Dude, Cody just said a large bipedal humanoid does exist. Oh man, I bet.
Is he talking about Big Chris?
Oh, man.
Bipedal. That's 2 feet.
Yeah, 2 feet. Bipedal, yeah, that means walks on 2 feet, and then there's Big Chris. He's going on to the next one. That man does not stop.
You go ahead. I'm gonna check
All right.
so you move on to the next one. All right,
Yep.
Good deal.
All right.
You want me to hold it while you move the ladder for him?
For sure. All right.
I don't know about Bigfoot Apex. I'd have to see it to believe it, but then I wouldn't want to see it, right?
Yeah, you don't want to run into it.
So if Bigfoot exists, what about the alien stuff? That should go too, probably, huh?
Well, the Air Force released declassified footage of an unknown flying object.
Unknown flying object, he said.
With a FLIR, an F-35.
F-35 FLIR, a forward-looking infrared.
Yeah. And the way that thing moved was very unnatural.
Did it egress?
I don't quite know what egress means there.
Me either, but I just figured out that word.
So, the way it moved.
Hey, I seen Southeast Soft Wash the other night at my house. Did I tell you?
Yeah, I saw the video.
Yeah, you saw. Hey, and my skid's fine, man.
Yeah?
Well, I put that on YouTube. I fired it up. It's working fine. So
Yes, indeed.
they had something comment in there. I forgot to read it.
Okay, we had, let's see here. Mike Butler's laughing at that. Freaking.
So tell me about this FLIR thing.
Okay, so the FLIR, it's like a camera, but it sees temperature fluctuations. So let's say your background is going to look mostly gray and black with the structures and like the roads and stuff. And then anything that has heat, like a human or a vehicle, would show up as hot white, depending on how intense the heat was. Now, it's really good for observations and stuff like that, but its weakness is like, is if there's a lot of heat or smoke, or similar to night vision, a flashlight, that kind of stuff can really.
Washes out the frame.
Yeah, but.
So what did they see? Like, was it seriously?
Oh, it was
like a helicopter or nothing?
It was a craft. They could definitely see the outline of a craft, and the way that it moved was so quick, like from 0 to 200 miles an hour, like almost instantaneously. It went and gained and dropped altitude extremely fast. It was actually following them and observing them.
Dude, you ain't talking about that Tic Tac thing, huh?
That could be it.
That could be it. I don't know about that because you got laws of inertia. If you got something sitting at rest, you know, it's gonna stay at rest until it acts upon to an opposite force. But to move anything with mass from 0 to whatever, 200, 2,000, in no time frames, what is happening with that inertia? It's got to be accounted somewhere.
Well, if these advanced civilizations have like negative gravity propulsion systems or something that bends our understanding of it, it's anything sufficiently advanced enough scientifically is perceived as magic. So
let me ask you this, then. We're going to get in a debate on here. if it came from another world besides Earth, and it didn't come from somewhere in the solar system, because we know Venus, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, we know all that stuff's probably pretty sterile for the most part. There's probably not little things flying around or beings in there. That means it came from somewhere far away. Our closest star is Alpha Centauri, which is 4 light years away, 4.3 to be exact, which is close to 30 trillion miles. The space shuttle would take about 80,000 years to get there, one-way trip. How did they get here?
Well, they either...
Through the vacuum of space between stars, 1 light year is about 6 trillion miles. So how do you account for that?
There are theoretical engines that humans themselves have thought of that compress the space in front of the craft and expand it behind the craft, so it uses space itself to propel itself at near speed of light. It's impossible through our current understanding of physics to go light speed, but if you get close to it, you can cover some major distances in a short amount of time. And as to why they would come here, I would say that those civilizations are, mainly interested in our mineral wealth, like gold, things that they can use, possibly.
Wouldn't they have to pass a lot of other stops on the way, though, that may have those same minerals?
Possibly. Or they're just curious about us, because intelligent life is probably not that common in the universe.
I'm not sure you would call us intelligent.
And we got all kind of comments here.
So the speed of light is 186,000 miles per second.
Wow.
In a vacuum. And that's basically white light. Blue light is faster. Red light is a little bit slower. That's why they call it the red shift. If something's moving away from you, emitting light, the light waves get extended and expanded. So it's going to give you a red wave of light. If it's moving towards you, those light waves compress and it changes the light to a blue color or a violet on that spectrum. It's the same thing as the Doppler effect. As you hear a car coming to you, it's more of a compressed, higher pitched sound, and then when it reaches to you, it's maximum compression. And then as it's moving away, those sound waves on a much smaller scale than light, but the sound waves are being extended out. If you got a car moving 60 miles an hour, it changes that speed of sound slightly where you can get that Doppler effect. You may be familiar with it with Doppler radar. It's sort of kind of the same thing. They use sound waves. They know if a storm moving to or from. So I don't know how a spaceship would get here undetected, but space is big, obviously, and we only survey in, I think they said 2% of the sky at any one given time, so maybe he slips in, takes his pictures and leaves, hopefully.
Yes, indeed.
You got a good comment, you said?
Yeah, so Southeast Cody says, don't tell Joe Biden, but I've got a night vision set up on my ballistic helmet. And Mike Butler said, yeah, the Tic Tac, and he said, hell yeah, so do I, but it's my work helmet. Yes, indeed.
I gotta get Mike and Cody to meet.
Yeah, that'd be a fun day.
That's what we should do. We won't say any more on here, but why? But I think they would make a good friendship, I'm sure.
Yeah, and Jeremy Olson says, Big Chris too busy putting in work.
Chris, you got anything to say about UFOs? Nothing to be said about it. I think you seen one time.
All right.
I don't know about these UFOs, Apex. I'll tell you what. I can talk about parking lot striping real quick.
Yeah, we
Look
got.
at here, man.
All right.
Look at all this money on the ground that we made tonight.
Yes, indeed. The hash grid.
What other things are out there? The paranormal. There's a lot of stuff you can dabble into.
Yeah.
There's a lot of rabbit holes you can fall into.
Mike says you guys should do the striping at Area 51.
That would be nice.
Dude, you know the kind of insurance to do Area 51, man.
Probably under armed guards nearby.
Yeah.
You think when we go to Florida, they don't like you filming? Could you imagine over there?
Oh my Lord, we wouldn't be. Man, they'd check our phones at the gate on the plane to get to there.
When we working in Florida, we try to doing our work. There's like people staring at us at this specific location. They just like they don't crack a laugh. I'm like, hey man, it's getting kind of chilly out here. No laughs, no smiles, anything.
Yeah. Like to get this angle because it keeps that very bright light out of the shot.
Oh yeah, it is all kind of ambient lights around here.
Yeah.
That one there.
And I get Big Chris progress on that pole. He's pretty much almost to the bottom there. He's doing good.
Yep.
So we got all kinds of comments. Okay. So
we done opened up one.
Pandora's box, yeah, and we've got 28 people watching and 28 likes. Thank you guys so much.
Absolutely.
All right.
Read me a good comment.
Okay, Jeremy Olson says parking lot striping at NASA.
Hey, I have worked at NASA before there in Houston.
What?
Absolutely.
What'd you do?
Can't talk about it.
Oh,
You know how that is. It's always something.
yeah.
It wasn't nothing major though. I traveled back and forth over there for years. I wore out a truck from Hammond to Houston. I don't know, maybe in 3 years. I wore it out. It was every day, back and forth. We get home, they call us right back. It was crazy. The Baybrook area down there.
Man,
Have you ever been to that spot?
I haven't actually.
Oh, it's a big facility. Matter of fact, I got pictures of it, but they still pictures like I printed out. Deer. There's a bunch of white-tailed deer in there. The damn deer go up, they pretty much eat out of your hand. They so used to interacting with the employees and staff there. But I was standing in this field where we were working, and there must have been 7 or 8 of them had got around us, and they was running in a circle. I wish I could have had a camera on me, a video camera. They ran in a circle around me, maybe 5 or 6 loops, and then they all single filed away. I don't know what it was about. I just stood there, little spooked about it, you know. These good-sized white-tailed deer, they protected in there, so they've been, you know, all that property around there. They eat good, I'm sure. But there were some hefty little animals. But they were scared, you know, if I raised my hands up or something, suddenly they would dart. But it was kind of eerie to have them, this whitetail circling around, and then, like I said, maybe 4 or 5 loops around me, then they all single filed out behind each other. I don't know what it was about, but it was very interesting, and, you know, to be in nature like that, you know, imagine all of them decides to jump on you, you'd be in trouble, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Don't the deer, won't a deer, a white-tailed deer hoof you? Like their feet or something?
Yeah, and don't tell anybody this, but I've seen a video online where this deer got its antlers and aimed low, and it hit this guy, and it flung him like 20 feet up in the air.
Well, like with his head?
Yeah,
Oh no.
yeah,
Man, that's wild.
yeah. They are very dangerous animals.
If you mess with them.
Yeah, if you mess with them, and then, you know, that's why man carries gun. But you know. All right.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Where's everybody from tonight? We
got Louisiana. We got some from Louisiana. We got some from Texas,
Absolutely.
Virginia.
You know what? I got an email on my email now. I don't know. We've been doing a lot of search engine optimization on some of our stuff. I got a call out of West Virginia to clean a hotel. Can't go. It's too far. They want it cleaned and striped.
Yeah, North Carolina, Florida, Kentucky, Georgia. Man.
Kentucky, it's beautiful country out that way.
And then GoBro7 says the boot all day, my guys.
Oh, you know where he's at?
Oh, yeah.
In the boot.
And then Helu Power Wash and Soft Wash says God-forsaken San Francisco Bay Area here.
Oh, no, that's such a beautiful place, but
Yeah,
it's got its problems for sure. But I guess we all do, huh?
yeah. All right. Let me see here. And okay.
Hey, Tex, what's the coldest temperature you've pressure washed in?
The coldest temperature I've pressure washed in had to be just a bone-chilling 27 degrees.
Dang.
Yeah.
You had layers on?
Oh, yeah. I had my layers and waterproof on the outside. I actually wore something, me and a buddy of mine, I used to work with him sometimes. He calls it the slicker suit. The waterproof external suit, like
Right, kind of comes up to your waist.
kind of like a raincoat, but you also have the pants and the hood. And of course my boots were waterproof. And I think Big Chris is moving on to the next one, so I'll let you take the camera here and I'll carry his ladder for him.
Carry the ladder. All right, I got the camera.
The least I can do. This man's putting in work tonight.
So did you get wet when it was 27?
Thankfully, the only thing that got wet was my face.
Oh no, yeah, that'd definitely chap you.
Yeah, well, I used to work in a freezer, and
No power lines. We looking?
yeah, I'm looking no power lines.
Yeah, all this is buried around here for the most part, I bet.
I'll walk outside of these islands here.
You can do that.
So I can see machinery.
Hey, before we leave, I need to get some money out the ATM machine. Not much, just like a couple 20s or something. Man, after eating lunch, or whatever we call it, we eat late because we work at night. I'm almost ready for bed. I should have just waited to eat. You ever just eat too much and then you just like start getting cold and tired?
Yeah, they call that the itis.
So again, guys, we painted the top half of these poles earlier with a sky lift, and then we returned it because it was about an hour rental, and got it knocked out and just got it down halfway down. That way we can reach it with our A-frame here. Y'all got different colored jackets on. What's up with them? Blue and red. Is there a scheme going on?
He's wearing the old jacket.
Oh, because he's painting. Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Here you go.
Want to keep our nice new blue jackets looking good, you know.
Man, these things are warm. I get these from High Vis Supply. I believe they're in Florida. They're cheap. They're only $50.
The comment, man. GoBro 70 says Bloods versus Crips. Man, I tell you what.
Chris knows all those martial arts, so you don't mess with him.
Yeah.
I seen him flip a dude over his back, and then I don't even know how he did it. It's just like one little twitch, and the guy was on the ground.
Yes, indeed.
They say back in the day, Chris would go stop somewhere and get him a drink. He'd be sitting at the little bar by himself, you know, watching a game or whatever.
Yeah.
Somebody started messing with him, you know, just, you know, barking in his ear. He said before it was over, he had cleared out the whole bar.
Yeah, and
Sit back down and grabbed his beer.
yeah, I'm gonna get Chris in the shot painting there.
Yeah, go ahead.
And H2O Home Improvement says I pressure washed a dock right on the lake. It was 50-mile-per-hour winds at 40 degrees. The next day, I looked at my legs and my pants rubbed off my leg hair because it was so windy.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's brutal there.
Yeah.
I washed in a hurricane. It was about 60-mile-an-hour wind in a stadium, but it was hot. It felt good actually.
Yeah.
Read that one.
Okay. Wild West says the Billy versus Truman show. Yeah. Mike Butler's laughing at it, like the laugh cry emoji. Yes, indeed. And Jeremy also says, you know, Billy already had his sandwich.
I had my sandwich already. Actually, we ate pizza tonight, but I always fold my stuff up. I ate my pizza like a burrito.
Pizzerito, huh?
Pizzerito, yeah, it was good. I had the thin crust. So. What'd you get?
I got the regular crust, medium, same.
You got mushrooms and what else?
I got mushrooms and pineapples.
Oh, man, was it good?
Yeah, it was pretty good. All right, now we're down here at pretty much eye level. Let's get a shot of this painting going on.
Yeah, now this paint is a direct to metal paint, DTM. So as long as you get a good coat on there, it's bulletproof after that. It'll be up there for 10 years.
And that looks so much better painted. Like, you can see the comparison between unpainted and painted there.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like,
yeah, it gives it a good
makes it look clean. That black
good cleaner look, yeah.
makes it look newer. GoBro says mushrooms are only good in a crawfish bowl. Never had them on pizza. Yeah.
Man, I've been craving some crawfish. It's not quite, they're not quite ready yet.
Yeah.
Maybe in a couple weeks they will be with all this rain we got.
Yeah.
Temperature's been too cold.
Yeah.
We need to do a big crawfish boil.
That would be pretty fun.
Get a bunch of people down.
Do it in your backyard or in your garage, or
yeah, 10, 15 people. We got places we can go. You know, we got property all over, so
that's right.
As long as we got running water and some picnic tables, we're good to go.
Yep. And Helu Power Washing and Software says, what type of paint are y'all applying there?
So again, this is a DTM, direct to metal. You get it in all types of manufacturing. Rust-Oleum makes it. Sherwin-Williams makes a product. As long as it's direct to metal application, you don't have to prime it. Matter of fact, you can paint over rust with this stuff. It's pretty good. I like to clean the rust up a little bit with something called Chem Prime. Chem Prime comes in a spray bottle, so if this was really rusty, it's an acid. Basically, if you interact acid with rust, it kind of makes it, stop growing and kills it. But you Chem Prime it. It's a liquid. You spray on there, let it dry for, they say 24 hours, but 5 or 6 hours is fine. And you paint this direct to metal paint over it, and it's rock solid after that. You don't necessarily have to grind all of that rust off. Now, if you got some flaking rust, matter of fact, a lot of the guys that have these wash trailers, that rust buckets, that's what they need to do is take a wire wheel, knock off the flaky stuff, Chem Prime it. It's CHEM Prime. By that at Sherwin-Williams comes in a spray bottle, like a Windex bottle, basically. You've used it before with its Apex.
That's right.
That big church. Just spray it like Windex. Give it a good coat, and it turns the rust black. Once it's dry to the touch, you go over it with a couple coats of this, and it's done. Matter of fact, it's far superior than what you get from the manufacturer. But I see a lot of guys putting that Rhino stuff on it too, so that's probably.
Yeah, Rhino Liner is very hardy.
I think Southeast does some of this stuff.
Yeah, they have Line-X, Rhino Liner. Pretty much any spray-in bed liner you put on there is going to give it a lot of durability. Trust me.
Tough too.
Yeah, the Mythbusters actually did a test with bed liner. They sprayed a cinder block wall with it, and they put explosives on it. And the one with bed liner stayed together, and the regular cinder block wall got blown away.
Integrity too.
Yep.
That's what we was talking about the spray foam the other day. You spray foam a house, it gives it. They claim up to 30% more strength versus just fill-in insulation, because there's nothing there. That filling insulation's all air, but the spray foam sticks to everything, and it's got tensile strength to it, like sticking chewing gum, and it makes the structure stronger.
Yep. And Dean Smith, he says, Billy, how did your frozen mini skid turn out?
Perfect, man. It was good. I think Dean actually picked him up one not too long ago from Cody. A couple weeks ago. Look, y'all have heard me say this before, and obviously me and Cody are friends, and he doesn't pay me anything for saying this, but I have had equipment all my life, the last 27 years, and the product he's building, to be honest with you, is worth twice as much as what he's charging. So it's a phenomenal piece of equipment. All of his equipment is the Vinny's skids, the larger ones with the 2 pumps on it. His asking price should be double, so hopefully he don't raise it on y'all, but he should. But yeah, if you need a skid, man, don't try to build it yourself. Ask Apex. You spend $2,000 or $3,000 and it leaks bleach in the back of your truck, which is bad for your fuel pump. I hear.
Yeah, well,
And your tail lights, right?
you can have something that'll get you by, but ultimately you want to make a little bit of money with that and just go buy the real thing.
Yeah, go get it. And so, how much you think our skid has been worth to us? You know, imagine.
Oh, tens and tens and tens of thousands of dollars so far, right?
Oh yeah, many thousand, dozens and dozens. I mean, we did a church roof for $5,000, that metal white one. One day, $5,000. So, you know, that's less than what the skid costs.
Yep.
So yeah, anyway, his skid, you know, I wouldn't recommend letting him freeze, but I guess I got lucky, and I think it has something to say. It speaks volumes about their build. You know, everything that they building is really tight, and you know, it's not cheap flimsy parts. You know what I'm saying, Apex? Where I've had other things, man, just you step on it, you set it down the wrong way,
Yeah.
it's all broke. You know.
Yeah, you definitely don't want anything chintzy. You want something you can count on. Because let me tell you something, the last thing you want to do on the job site is have to repair your own equipment and take time out of your day. And you just want something that works, man. It's worth the money.
Yeah, you're making money, and it look. Another aspect of it too is it looks good, and you know it looks professional. You know what I'm saying? You're not out there with a 55-gallon bucket with a stir stick in it.
Yeah. God, remember those days? Batch mixing?
Batch mixing.
Oh, man.
I understand you got to do it, you got to do it, but I would say if it meant buying a four-wheeler or getting you a soft fork skid, you get the skid first, buy the four-wheeler later. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Priorities, yeah.
Put your priorities straight. There's many times we have been asked by a customer, we weren't even trying to sell them a shingle cleaning. And hey, what is that in the back of your truck? There's a spray sealer, you know, they have no idea.
Pesticides or something.
Yeah. And we tell them, hey, you know, this is what it does, what it can do, and you get a job from it. Sizable job, sometimes $1,500 for a nice size roof in our area. I know markets are different everywhere, but in our area, roof cleaning pays really good. So our cost of living is a bit higher probably than, you know, out in the country and different other areas. But we got a big roof to do tomorrow, actually. Don't forget, I got to charge that skid tonight.
Yep, and we've got two pretty good comments here. So Brian Fletcher says, wouldn't a 4-inch roller on a Mr. Longarm allow you to paint the poles without renting a lift?
No, because
Nope.
The lights, I don't know if you can see the lights, have that little arm. Probably can't see it.
Can't see it now, but
But I'll tell you what, we definitely thought about that, didn't we?
oh yeah.
We thought about it. And, you know, yes, to answer your question, we could have probably done it. The job would have been messy. The little roller would have been dropping paint all on the ground. This direct to metal paint was hard to get up. There's sidewalks all over here. So I put it in the budget. You know, I let them know that we would need to rent a piece of equipment to get up there. So obviously they paid for it. So now we did have a little downtime, go and get it and bring it back. But I think we were going 30 minutes each time, Apex, when we pulled it with your truck.
Yeah, just like max 30 minutes. We had a store nearby.
Sometimes you weigh the options of, you know, you spend a little bit of money on the lift, got time, go and get it and coming back. Is it safer? Yes, it's safer. Another thing, how do you look to your customer? You know, we're charging them thousands of dollars tonight to do this, and we come out here with a stick and some duct tape and trying to make it work, you know. So some of that has to do with the feasibility of making it easier for us, but also the look to the customer as well. So now there are times we will wing it, and you know if the budget's low on a particular job and we just got to make it work, which I hate doing those type of jobs, but occasionally we have to take them. You know, sometimes you just don't have it in the budget to go rent an expensive lift, a few $100, that sort
Yeah.
of thing.
And
At the end of the day, we write it off, so that helps too as well.
yeah, and H2O Home Improvement says, Billy, have you ever had a flatbed set up?
No, I haven't. I really want to go that route. What complicates us is the striping. So we use one vehicle for our power washing. Also, that same vehicle is also used in the striping business. So, we could put, and also stripers don't like to ride on trailers too well. All that bouncing around for them is not good. Obviously, you got paint in them. They're smaller engines. So those are like little 4 and 5 horsepower engines. There's little float valves in there. Although they're extremely reliable, that bouncing like that could cause the engines to flood out. And other issues. The components on it, like that spray arm and stuff, it's not the most robust thing. It's not like this. That little spray arm could get bent. So we like to put them in the back of the truck. And, so that complicates. Probably, in my case, probably going to get another work truck. Obviously, that's something else for the insurance. But right now, we ran out of space everywhere. We out of space at our shop. We got 2 shops now. Out of space in my garage. Things are getting a bit overwhelmed, so we're actually in talks to getting cross my fingers, a beautiful new shop.
Yeah.
So I want to get too emotionally tied to a business deal. So I put in an offer. We'll see what happens. So they kind of dragging their feet, but hopefully the last I heard is they gave it the nod to give it to us for that price. So until we move it into it, we don't know, right, Apex?
That's right, and we are at the 66-minute mark with 22 people watching and 33 likes. Thank you guys so much for the likes.
Yeah, definitely, guys. And again, if y'all interested in that striping course, go to BillyDavidsonVIP.com. Now, the promotional code, what's the promotional code? I keep forgetting.
Promotional code is Billy499.
Billy499 gets you a few $100 off of it. And I don't think they're going to last that long. Here, I'll take the camera while you,
All right.
Probably almost out of battery. Let me see. They dried out pretty good. The yellow ones. We still got the blues to do. This thing right here is that plastic, so we're not painting it. That would be a mess if you try to paint that thing. Now it's going to be dark over here. Man, Apex, I'm ready for some hot chocolate or something. And I saw the line. I'm probably out of battery, guys. We're probably going to have to be getting off of here before the phone just hangs up on them.
Yeah.
That one's pretty low. You see the line right there?
Yep. That's it. Sure enough. As just within his comfortable reach.
I knew it. I measured the height of that pole by looking at the shadow that day we was here.
Really?
Absolutely.
Like a sundial.
Yeah. Basically, you take your hand. I don't know if you can see, but usually each hand that finger you spread out, like the sun's on the horizon or wherever it's at. That's how you can measure the angle of the sun. Measuring your fingertips. You'd have to look at the whole thing. It's difficult to explain, but you do that and you measure. That tells you the angle of the sun.
How many?
But I was off because I stepped it off. I measured it at 28 feet. I think the pole was about 27, so I was off a foot. But
that ain't bad.
that ain't too bad. Just kind of guessing it, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a, and you guys can actually see the top part of that light there. We were talking about that earlier. I'll zoom in. Yeah, keep that light on it. So that part, the pole goes vertical, and then you have a horizontal part with a light fixture in it, and you have to paint the underside of that and the little neck part that attaches the light fixture to the pole. So having to do that with a roller and a very long pole, I think would be very challenging as well.
Yeah. Also, I'll go ahead and say I don't usually talk about prices too much on here because it's different for everybody. in different areas, but we charging $600 a pole. So it was, we spent a couple $100 on a lift, but in the big scheme of things, it's not much. So in these poles this was an upsell for the parking lot striping. So 4 poles, so $2,400 for that. In addition to the striping that we're doing tonight, now we're starting to look at $5,000-$6,000 tonight total. If you add up everything, what time we got here was about 3 maybe.
Yeah, a little earlier
What
than that.
time is it now?
Right now it is exactly 10 o'clock on the dot.
So we've been here 7 hours. Probably got another hour and a half. Be a good night. Not too bad.
All right. Got a lot of comments.
Any good ones?
I'm searching through. Okay.
Look how bright this is. It still hadn't lost. Again, guys, if y'all just joining, it's a solar-powered battery charger here. And I just usually throw this on the dash in the daytime. Because we work at night, we sleep in the daytime. So this stays on the dash of the truck. Hope nobody don't come by and steal it. I love this little thing. I don't even remember how much they are. I bought everybody one. I bought Apex, Big Chris, Forever Self-Employed got one from me. A bunch of people. I buy them, and I love this thing. I think it might be $50 or $60 each, but this thing is a 20,000 milliamp battery, but it's solar powered. So, you charge it up in the daytime, and you got this at night. And also you can put it on a wall charger as well. So it's not a bad little thing.
Man.
And it's got the flashing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Jacob, wrap up that live feed, guys. We're going to have to go. I know my phone is probably getting dead soon. And,
Yep. And again, guys, if y'all want to learn how to stripe and pressure wash and wash a roof, a lot of different things. If y'all want to learn how to come out and make money like we do and produce and provide for your family, you can go to BillyDavidsonVIP.com, and the promo code is Billy499. All right. Thank y'all so much for watching. Thank y'all for the likes, for the comments. We had a laugh. It's awesome. And all right. Well,
y'all have a good night, fellas. We'll see y'all soon, man.